Today, we're taking a look at the 2018 edition of the LG Gram, because Lord knows I need more hardware for my ever-growing collection of laptops and notebooks. It's time for Unboxed Daily. Welcome to Unboxed Daily. I'm your host, Jason, and as always, a pleasure to see your smiling face. And yes, you heard correctly, we're going to take a look at the brand new 2018 update of the LG Gram. If you want to check out more, be sure to hit that subscribe button here on YouTube, and if you're feeling that extra bit of love, hit that bell as well. If you haven't checked out the LG Gram before, I think you're in for a treat. It's ultra light, ultra thin, comes with a touchscreen, and runs Windows pretty smoothly. But with the 2018 updates, I think it's worth asking what's new and what's impressive about this new model. So first up, we're going to bring it over to Austin Evans, who's going to help us by giving a general overview of what makes the LG Gram unique.
One of the biggest upgrades for the Gram is the brand new quad-core processors. So inside this guy, we're getting a Core i7-8550U, 16 gigabytes of RAM, as well as 1 terabyte of SSD storage. Now don't get me wrong, the old Gram wasn't exactly slow, but moving up to a quad-core processor makes a big difference even in normal day-to-day use, and especially when you get into heavier tasks such as light video editing or gaming. This guy also now has dual-channel memory, which is going to free up a lot of additional memory bandwidth, especially when it comes to gaming.
One thing to point out here, I know that Austin shows off Rocket League a little bit, but you know, the LG Gram, it's not really built for gaming. It can game, but it's really built to be a diverse, versatile piece of hardware so that you can do a lot of things fairly well on it. But one of the cool things about the LG Gram isn't so much what's inside as what's on the outside. And that hardware is encased in something that is ultra light, ultra portable, and seemingly pretty tough. The folks from TechSource are here to tell us more about the improvements on the body and chassis overall to give us a sense about how hardy this new laptop is.
The build is comprised of magnesium alloy, the same material as last year's model, but it does feel sturdier around the keyboard and trackpad area. The display does have a good amount of flex, which is to be expected with the Gram being so thin. And LG likes to flex on their website by showcasing the 7 industry tests that the laptops have passed. And I have to admit, it's pretty impressive. The Gram is tested against shock, pressure, extreme low and high temperatures, and the list goes on. To boil the numbers down, I feel confident throwing this in a bag and going on with my day.
So I think that goes to show, just because it's thin doesn't mean it's not tough. One of the interesting things about the LG Gram in 2018 is its use of Thunderbolt 3 ports. This is becoming a lot more commonplace, and to be fair, offers a faster data transfer while powering up the system at the same time. But is it as useful as it sounds? Well, Random Frank P is here to give us his opinion.
Now weighing in, my 15.6-inch LG Gram comes in at just around 1,100 grams, which is, just around 2 pounds. But you compare that now to my 13-inch MacBook Pro, which is considerably smaller, and that is 1,360 grams. So you're saving a lot of weight, and it is a bigger screen. When talking connectivity, on the right side we have 2 USB 3.0s, a headphone jack, and a micro SD slot. Then on the left side you have your charging port, another USB, a HDMI out, and Thunderbolt 3.0.
Trackpad and screen problems notwithstanding, this thing has a lot to offer, including great battery life. If you're looking for a new laptop, I hope you're giving this some serious consideration. Now, just because I'm singing the LG Gram's praises doesn't mean it doesn't have some problems that you'd have to work out. For example, as I said earlier, it's not a gaming laptop. So if you try gaming on it or giving it some external power to do that gaming, you might run into some problems. Here to tell us about some of those challenges, including potential heatsink issues, is Dave 2D.
So if you look at other devices like the Razer Blade Stealth, that has 2 fans. XPS 13, that has 2 fans. Even the HP Envy, which doesn't have great thermals, has 2 fans. Pretty much every Ultrabook that has a Thunderbolt 3 port that can connect to an external GPU has 2 fans, because when you're playing games on a thermally choked CPU, it's terrible. And honestly, I feel like LG just got lazy. I feel like they slapped a Thunderbolt 3 port on this machine just so they could say they had one, but they didn't spend the time to do it properly. They didn't improve the thermals, and it's a bit of a shame because this thing's got a lot of good hardware if the thermal solution was better.
Alright, so I'm not going to be rolling through Skyrim on this computer anytime soon. Still, it's got some nice benefits. Versatility is the name of the game, as I've said before, and who needs more versatility than a student? So if you're enrolled in school and you're thinking about getting a new laptop, hear what Conrad had to say about this specifically for you students out there.
As students, I know you want to keep these guys lightweight in the backpack and make it not too heavy as you're lugging this guy from class to class and for the entire day. On a side note as well, I know that LG has done a bunch of durability tests on these guys. I'm not obviously going to... Maybe I will be dropping this, but it has survived falls from my desk As a student, you shouldn't be too worried, as I know these things do get banged up, dinged up. We're not the most careful when we're running in between classes when we are just being a student.
Now there you have it, a great option for students who are looking for a few extra perks along the way. And that's it for our look at the LG Gram in 2018. What do you think? Worth getting or save your money? Either way, if you want to check out other stuff that we've done, head on over to unboxed.tv or look us up on the iOS store. In the meantime, I'll be back soon with more great videos from product reviewers and unboxers you know and love. I'm your host, Jason. Have a great day.